Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. We are taking a look today at the Nashville Predators clinching the fourth and final spot in the Central Division Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll be taking a look at that in this video. If you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, you guys know what to do. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And an even bigger subscribe down below, and let's take a look at the Nashville Predators. So the Predators have had a pretty nice season here in 2021. Now, it didn't start off the way they probably would have liked. Things didn't start to turn around till the NHL trade deadline. Desperate times called for desperate measures. A team that was on the brink of selling off their team is now in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Does that sound familiar? Oh, right, the 2019 St. Louis Blues, who were going to sell off guys like Alex Pietrangelo and some of their other key players to sell off at the deadline. And they won the Stanley Cup. Could we see the Nashville Predators do the same thing here in 2021? Just maybe. So looking at the top point producers for the Nashville Predators, you have Roman Josi leading the way, 33 points. You have Philip Forsberg, Kalle Järnkrok, Mikael Granlund, Victor Arvidsson, Mattias Ekholm, Eli Tolvanen, and Eric Haula. And the Nashville Predators have been pretty solid in between the pipes as well this season. You have Kasimir Kaskisuo, a 1,000 save percentage. Well, I mean, that's a little deceiving. He only had 3 shots in his game against Carolina, but still a solid game for Kaskisuo. But looking more at Pekka Rinne and UC Saros with a 927 save percentage. He has been very solid for the Preds this season. And this is a guy that they are going to be relying on now in the Stanley Cup playoffs, as his numbers have been better than Pekka Rinne's, and we can only assume that he will be the guy going forward. And we have finally, I've been saying this for it feels like 2 years, UC Saros has to kind of take the throne away from Pekka Rinne, and it seems like here in 2021, UC Saros has finally done that and taken over the starting role for the Nashville Predators as the starting goaltender. So, very exciting news there. We also found out that they will be playing the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round of the playoffs, which will not be an easy matchup. But would you rather Florida or Tampa this season? Honestly, Carolina seems the most threatening out of those 3 right now, and more likely because they won the division. But again, it's a tough division, and Nashville gets into the postseason. They beat out a couple of decent teams like the Dallas Stars, who started to show maybe a little bit of a surge toward the end of the season. But Nashville really did deserve this last playoff spot. And I said a couple weeks back in my predictions video, will it be Dallas or Nashville? And it seemed more likely than not it would be the Nashville Predators. And here we are a week later, and the Nashville Predators have clinched a playoff spot once again in the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs. It's been a little bit of a bumpy road for the Preds over the last couple of years since they went to the Stanley Cup final against Pittsburgh back in 2017, I think it was, 2016. It's been a little while now, but they are back in the Stanley Cup playoffs. How far will they go? I think a lot of that depends on UC Saros. You'd have to ask UC Saros how far this team will go, because his play is the main reason the Predators even had a shot at this year's playoffs, because he just really turned his career around toward the end of this season. John Hines is still the head coach and has done a very good job with this Predators team. But like I said, when you get to the playoffs, it is a different beast. Will the Nashville Predators be tired going into the postseason, or will they continue the momentum that they've carried since the NHL trade deadline? And in a shortened season, maybe we saw a little bit of, just some miscues out of the gate for this team with being off for a little while, and they just needed to get their legs under them. And this is the real Nashville Predators team, or do you see it as the team we saw in the beginning of the year was the real Predators team, and they just kind of went on this sort of magic run here over the last couple weeks, and they'll fall off in the postseason? So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Stay tuned, my Preds fans. I should have a playoff preview probably tomorrow about the Nashville Predators taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, so look out for that over the next 2 or 3 days. But if you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL and playoff previews coming over the next couple of days, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And Preds, I'll see you in the Stanley Cup playoffs.